he's going to fight Tank Davis, it's a catch weight, okay, at 45, 44, just the way they did it to him.
Yep.
Now he's the man. Now he's the face of boxing. Come on now. Come on now.
Yeah.
Deter me too much of my dreams, you know. I got in there with one of the best, so, you know, we fought, you know, I did what I had to get in the ring, but I'll feel much stronger at 140, you know.
It's the need fans have been waiting for since Ryan Garcia's conquest of Devin Haney. And now, Oscar De La Hoya has hopped onto the scene with a more pleasant surprise, the confirmation of a rematch between Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Tank Davis.
Ryan, this was an amazing fight. You guys are longtime rivals. Is this a fight you'd like to do again?
Yeah, let's run it back.
I believe that both fighters will each take their own path, but eventually meet down the road. And that's the beauty of boxing, you know. I mean, Gervonta Davis can easily go up to I believe he's fought at 140 already, so.
Following the astonishing victory of Ryan Garcia over his long-term foe and World Boxing Council super lightweight champion Devin Haney, many fans and professionals have made guesses regarding the next big step of Ryan Garcia's boxing career.
Tank, look at, I don't think Tank's gonna beat Frank Martin, but if he did, he wouldn't fight me because I'm moving up. I'm not doing 140, I'm going 147. I can't make fucking 140.
The pair had shared the ring 6 times as amateurs, with 3 wins each, but it was underdog Garcia who missed the weight by 3.2 pounds, who stole the show in the pro ranks at the Barclays Center. He made a blistering start, landing a lead left hook in the first minute as Haney's legs buckled. The Dream recovered well and began to take control, glancing a left hook of his own in the third, as American greats Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield, and Roy Jones Jr. watched on from ringside. In a chaotic and eventful 7th, Haney, while his father and trainer Bill was being interviewed in the corner by the TV broadcaster, hit the canvas for the first time as a pro.
Patience of each hand coordination. I've seen
Get into a firefight with Ryan. Keep fainting. Keep Ryan Garcia guessing.
it's like a cat.
Haney rose to his feet, albeit on shaky legs. An over-exuberant Ryan Garcia, who had a string quartet perform classical music in his dressing room earlier, was deducted a point seconds later for throwing a punch after the referee asked the boxers to break. Garcia continued to attack as Haney, holding on, slumped to the canvas twice more later in the round, but both were ruled as non-knockdowns. Just as Haney appeared to regain control, landing solid body shots, Garcia floored the champion in the 10th with his quick hand speed. Haney was hurt again in the final 30 seconds by another Garcia hook. The sight of Haney on the canvas was becoming all too familiar. He was open for the left hook, and Garcia obliged in the 11th. Eventually, the bell rang before any more damage could be done to Haney, and he must have really been thankful that the match didn't last any longer than it did. And he actually was thankful after the match, saying Alhamdulillah repeatedly in his post-fight interview.
A little too much, but alhamdulillah, Allah is a perfect planner. He makes no mistakes.
No, we just heard Ryan say, sure, we'll run this fight back. Is a rematch something you'd like to do next?
Of course, I thought it was a close fight still. I would love to rematch. I gave him a shot. It's only right he give me a shot back.
Ryan Garcia's victory opened him up to many options regarding his next fight, as boxing fans and professionals were quick to make suggestions. While Ryan Garcia doesn't have a fight scheduled at the moment, a bout many want to see him contest in is a rematch against Devin Haney. It was like they agreed even before the fight, as once the match was over and the fight was being interviewed in the ring, both Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia expressed their desire for a rematch. But fans and supporters would want to see that. It's unlikely that would be happening anytime soon. Some of the boxers who have appeared in his list of possible opponents are Manny Pacquiao, Isaac Pitbull Cruz, and Shakur Stevenson. However, there was one more name that got included by no one else than King Ryan Garcia himself. With this fight behind him, Garcia isn't even contemplating another attempt to get down to 140 pounds, and he doubts Haney will pack on enough weight to pursue a rematch with him again. Regardless, the possibility remains huge. The same goes for Gervonta Davis, who handed Garcia the only loss of his career when Garcia made the ill-fated decision to go all the way down to 136 pounds to face Tank, ultimately getting finished with a brutal body shot in the 7th round. I don't think Tank's going to beat Frank Martin, but if he did, he wouldn't fight me because I'm moving up, Garcia said. I'm not doing 140, I'm going 147. I can't make a freaking 140. I never even technically fought at 140. I fought every time at 143. My body can't literally go lower than 143. It's impossible. I tried every technique. Can't do it.
But God protected me because I was blistering out of my mouth. I had no spit. It was hurt. It hurt every day to make that weight. I shook. I was shaking in the bed. Like shit was. Tank, look it. I don't think Tank's gonna beat Frank Martin, but if he did, he wouldn't fight me because I'm moving up. I'm not doing 140. I'm going 147. I can't make fucking 140.
With plans to go up in weight, Garcia had at least one name in mind for a future opponent, although he's not cemented on anything just yet. I had a vision to fight Sebastian Fundora at 154 pounds, Garcia said. I don't know why, I just feel I could knock him out. I know that's really random. I just feel like I could get the title at 154. I fought guys that big before and I've knocked them out in sparring. Cold, they slept them. I want to do it. Shout out Fundora, no disrespect.
It's like a cat and mouse game where you can expect that left hand.
Third man in the ring. Left hand from Haney. And what he's open to the kind of sweeping hooks that drop.
Got it right there. Let's shoot Ryan Garcia. The left foot.
However, these were Ryan Garcia's words immediately after the bout, and as you would expect, they can be so spontaneous and inconsiderate of many other factors, and coming out of the euphoria of his client's victory, the founder of Golden Boy Promotions, Oscar De La Hoya, responded in an interview and confirmed that things are underway. He claimed Ryan Garcia has become the very face of boxing and has the license to pick any fighter of his choice and hop into the ring with them, hoping to do the same or even worse than he did to Devin Haney. In the interview, when asked about plans concerning Ryan Garcia's next fight, Oscar said, "It's still quite early, but expect a rematch against Gervonta Tank Davis. We're doing that. Garcia is moving up, and that means they'd both meet at 145. His claims brought so much excitement to boxing supporters, as this has been a boxing match that's been so anticipated. However, Ryan Garcia needed a statement victory, like the one against Devin Haney, to make that matchup a reality. This is because Gervonta Davis silenced Ryan Garcia in their first matchup last year. And while that bout pushed Garcia down the pecking order, his win against Haney has just done the opposite. After all their trash talking and social media callouts, Gervonta Davis put an end to Ryan Garcia with a body shot in the 7th round in front of 20,842 fans at T-Mobile Arena in a 136-pound catchweight bout that was almost certain to be the biggest pay-per-view of 2023.
Great left hand lands for Davis. Alicia on there, Garcia.
But it was one of the few left hooks he's been able to get in.
Right hand by Garcia. And now, Garcia forced to take a knee.
7, 8, 9, 10. Wow.
The punch from Davis didn't look like much initially, but it caused Garcia to take a knee, and he was unable to make it to his feet before the count of 10. A sublime finish to a non-title fight featuring two wildly popular young stars that was certainly deserving of the hype it received. It was a stunning yet definitive finish with a rabid and star-studded crowd left in awe by the Baltimore fighter appropriately nicknamed Tank. Garcia started out fast and pressured Davis from the outset. After a first round where both fighters sought to find their range, Garcia began to open up with power punches in the second with quite a few hooks getting around Davis's guard. But nothing seemed to hurt Davis as he remained composed until he placed a beautiful counter left hand that sent Garcia to the canvas. The first knockdown was just him not knowing his placement, and I knew that I was the smaller guy, and my coach was telling me in camp that he's going to come up with his head up, so just shoot over the top, said Davis. From that point on, Garcia's aggressive approach was toned down, and every Davis feint caused King Ryan to react.
I would say the best fighter is probably, I say the best fighter. Definitely.
Davis's punch output remained low as he looked for the perfect punch, but that allowed Garcia to slowly crawl his way back into the fight in the middle rounds. Eventually, Garcia started feeling comfortable again, and that's exactly what Davis wanted. In round 6, the 24-year-old Garcia regained his confidence and fired off hooks and jabs with more frequency. It was obvious that Davis was aiming to get Garcia to open up, but he needed him to feel comfortable slipping back into his offense. Davis started to make deposits to the body, and in the 7th round, they began to pay off. Garcia fired a right hand high, and it left his 5'10" frame available to Davis, who promptly deposited a thudding left hand to the body that may have been overlooked. But Garcia felt it and stepped away from his rival before taking a knee. Garcia had no choice but to watch as the referee reached the count of 10, as the crowd was left stunned by the abrupt ending. I didn't think that body shot would end it, but I saw his facial expression, and that's what made me take it to him, Davis said. It was a good shot for sure. I thought he was going to get up, but I like to play mind games. So when he was looking at me, I was looking at him trying to tell him, get up. And he just shook his head no.
My legs didn't feel too much under me, but once the fight got going, it kind of all came together. So I can't really pin that too much.
Although deflated, Garcia gave Davis his props for finishing the job. I'm good, said Garcia. Tank is a great fighter. I take my hat off to him. I know we talked a lot of trash leading into the fight, but he knows what it is. It's all love at the end of the day. I was honored to be in the ring with a great fighter, and I respect him a lot. You know how the business goes, but I want to say to Tank, you're a good man. He just caught me with a good shot, Garcia said. I don't want to make any excuses here. He caught me with a good shot, and I just couldn't recover, and that's it. He caught me with a good body shot, snuck under me and caught me good. I couldn't breathe. I was going to get back up, but I just couldn't get up. Davis collected his 27th knockout and proclaimed himself as the new face of boxing, while Garcia suffered the first loss of his pro career. As referee Thomas Taylor conducted his count, Garcia attempted to rise to his feet, but was in invisible pain and was counted out at 144 in the round. It marked 4 consecutive knockouts for Davis, who owns the WBA lightweight title, in addition to past conquests at super featherweight and super lightweight. Everything about this was exciting, said Davis. I was excited to be a part of this event. The first knockdown was just him not knowing his placement, said Davis. I knew that I was the smaller guy, and my coach was telling me in camp that he's going to come up with his head up, so just shoot over the top. Talking about what he would have done better, Garcia said, I think I should have pressured him a little harder near the ropes, said Garcia. I was giving him a little bit too much respect, and I think that was my downfall. I think I gave him a little too much respect in the ring. The body shots that eventually ended the bout were an important tool for Davis, who according to CompuBox landed 18 punches to the body throughout the fight. Both fighters landed an impressive percentage of power punches, with Davis connecting on 48% and Garcia at 42%. At the time of the stoppage, Davis led on all 3 cards with tallies of 59, 55, 59, 56, and 58, 56, and declared himself the new face of the sport. I'm definitely the face of boxing, said Davis. Absolutely. However, while plans for a rematch are going under say, following his first career defeat to Gervonta Davis in April, the 24-year-old American boxing star expressed frustrations at the fact he was left alone by his team at the post-fight press conference. This, along with other grievances, appears to have dragged up the old feud, and it exploded on X. First, the day before, Garcia hit back after De La Hoya claimed he was going to explore an unlikely showdown with Manny Pacquiao as the youngster's next fight. Garcia said, "This isn't happening! I said what I wanted, it's frustrating, tired of this." He also made comments in a YouTube video with Bradley Martin in which he said, "After the fight, nobody was there for me. My team just didn't come to the press conference. Somebody betrayed me in camp. I was left with that. I had Tank's team care about me more than my own team." This prompted an angry response from De La Hoya, who tweeted, "What the hell? Ryan Garcia, it's been almost 2 months and you're still crying about the post-presser? The blame for your loss is on you and your advisor, Lupe. He is the only one who pushed you to accept that insane rehydration clause, and that is the reason you lost. Man up, own that. Also, you keep saying Tank's team offered more support for you, blah, blah, blah. Bro, they set you up to lose with that rehydration clause. And most importantly, Al Heyman didn't even show up the entire week. Actually, he never shows up. How's that for support?"
Tank Davis. He had the perfect game plan. They had studied Ryan Garcia, and people talk about the mole,
and I believe there was a mole.
Garcia replied, "Okay, buddy, you got it all figured out. Tired of you disrespecting my whole career and you think none of it matters. Loyalty and common sense is lost in your head. Stop treating people that way and think they will just accept it." Garcia then added a second tweet featuring a picture of his desired next opponent, Rolly Romero. "You know I'm about to fight this guy, and you go act buddy-buddy with him. You don't care about your fighters? Really tired of this fake act? Stop the cap. Be real for once, man. I can respect you more if you just told me the truth. You're in it for the cash. No love lost." De La Hoya hit back, "It's called promoting. Who do you think sparked the Fight Week press conference when it was like being at a funeral? My job is to promote, your job is to fight. No lost love." To which Garcia said, "Weren't you just promoting the fake pack fight that I already told you I'm not accepting? You really think I'm a fall for that bull twice?" And De La Hoya concluded, "Not going to argue over social media. When you have time to sit down man to man, we can get you another huge payday." Even when things were more heated, Oscar De La Hoya never supported Garcia's opponents against him. Hence, it's totally impossible that it was true.
And another thing I want to touch on is, Oscar saying that, we misinterpret, what they say. It's plain English.
But they soon dragged the issue beyond social media to the court. Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions filed a lawsuit against Ryan Garcia and his attorney and advisor, Guadalupe Valencia, in U.S. District Court of Nevada to enforce its contract with the star boxer. The suit came 1 week after Garcia's legal team sent Golden Boy Promotions a demand letter alleging violations of the promotional agreement, as well as California and federal law that invalidated the contract. The letter called for mediation proceedings to begin the week of July 10th if Golden Boy didn't cure all of the alleged contractual breaches and set a Friday deadline to address the alleged violations. But Golden Boy instead responded with a lawsuit. Golden Boy has been proud to have worked with Ryan Garcia for the last several years, and to help catapult him to the kind of stardom that led to the biggest boxing pay-per-view event in years just 2 months ago, the promotion said in a statement. With this filing, we are seeking to ensure that Ryan and his team will honor the remainder of his contract, a contract that Ryan himself called one of the most lucrative boxing deals for a prospect in the history of the sport. Since then, Ryan has moved on to becoming a legitimate contender, and we will continue to present Ryan with the best possible opponents that can eventually lead the way to a world championship and a historic legacy. Golden Boy is obligated to promote and enhance Ryan Garcia, not malign him on Twitter and file a public, baseless lawsuit against him, said Garcia's attorney, Beau Pearl of Paul Hastings, in a statement. Ironically, the lawsuit itself constitutes a breach of the very agreement Golden Boy is seeking to enforce. It is obvious retaliation to a letter detailing multiple asserted breaches of contract by Golden Boy. Rather than address these serious issues in mediation as is required under the contract, Golden Boy rushed to court to sue its fighter. To be sure, we will respond to this gamesmanship and fully enforce all of Ryan's contractual rights against Golden Boy, as well as his rights under state and federal law. Alvarez, boxing's top star, was released from his contract with Golden Boy and DAZN in 2020 after it was argued that the language in his deal with the promoter didn't mesh with Golden Boy's contract with its broadcast partner pertaining to a trilogy fight with Gennady Golovkin. Garcia also accused Golden Boy of failing to satisfy Ali Act disclosures and asked Golden Boy to amend agreements with DAZN that say Garcia isn't exclusive to the streaming service. The boxer is also looking to be reimbursed for fees he paid DAZN to allow the Davis fight to proceed. Furthermore, Garcia claimed that Golden Boy breached the non-disparagement provision in the contract following multiple tweets from De La Hoya, in which he told Garcia to accept the blame for the loss to Davis and to also blame Valencia, who pushed you to accept that insane rehydration clause. It's been reported that Garcia remains signed to a long-term promotional agreement with De La Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions until the end of 2026. However, things have definitely gotten better between them lately, as both promoter and client have been seen doing better together, which is best exemplified by Oscar De La Hoya's responses after his client's victory against Devin Haney. Oscar De La Hoya, promoter of American boxer Ryan Garcia, said that in the fight against Devin Haney, his boxer surprised him most of all with his will to win. I think what surprised me the most was Garcia's will to win. Haney is no joke. I watched Haney throw bombs. I've never seen him throw bombs in my life. We thought he was going to come out and combine and throw punches. It's working for him. He's a great boxer. Ryan Garcia won by withstanding the power and pressure of Haney. I'm proud of Ryan. After the first knockdown, Haney went down, and physically it can wear you down too. Psychologically, it discourages you, and you can get tired. That's what happened. Ryan's a big guy. How much did Haney weigh? 140 pounds at the weigh-in, maybe 160 in the fight. So we had two big guys in the ring. But the difference is that Ryan Garcia is a puncher, said De La Hoya. While this statement has brought much excitement to the fans, what has been more exciting was the confirmation of a rematch against Gervonta Tank Davis. What do you think about this rematch? Let us know in the comment section, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Until next time, peace out.